Welcome back, boys and girls, to another The Killer Nacho Wi-Fi battle. And, yeah, this one is against soulthekingx, and I think this is a first-time challenger for my last live stream, and this is a standard match. So, yeah, let's just see what happens. Straight off the bat, he's using some interesting stuff, as you can see. I don't really see Dusknoir that much, so it's kind of an interesting team that he has. We're both bringing Volcarona, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. And, yeah, there's not a whole lot else to say, so let's go ahead and get into the match. Anyway, there he is, Pokemon Trainer Jake. That's, well, non-capitalized, but that's okay. He's gonna go ahead and actually lead with the Dusknoir, which I was kind of surprised with. This is okay because, obviously Mega Lopunny, once it Mega Evolves, gets the Scrappy ability, so I know that I can hit it even with my normal and fighting moves, so I can just go for that Fake Out. However, Dusknoir is an incredibly bulky Pokemon, so it's actually probably not going to take a whole lot from this, but I can still flinch it out and then switch out. I really don't want Lopunny to take too much damage here, so I will switch out. I go out into my Volcarona, figuring that if he does go for the Will-O-Wisp, which I'm kind of expecting, it won't be able to affect me, and indeed it doesn't, so that's a really nice play for me. And, yeah, this allows me to just go for a Quiver Dance. I'm not entirely sure what Dusknoir has to do to me, but it actually goes for the Confuse Ray. And I've not seen Confuse Ray much since they nerfed Confusion way back when. Originally, obviously, Confusion had 50-50 shots to make you hurt yourself, but now it's actually only 33%. But anyway, I'm just going to go for the Fiery Dance. Now, I end up getting the special attack boost, which is great. One thing to note about this particular Volcarona is that it is a physically bulky Volcarona. It doesn't have max special attack, but it does have some defense investment. In fact, I think it's even bold-natured. Anyway, he does go for the Toxic, so that's really interesting Dusknoir set. He has 3 status moves, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, and Confuse Ray, so just a completely random set. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm going to be able to take it down, but he does get that Toxic off on me, which unfortunately is going to limit the amount of turns I can stay in, especially with this Mimikyu coming out. I'm just going to go for the Fiery Dance just to pretty much break the disguise. It does do that, but it obviously won't do much more than that. I do get another special attack boost, so now I'm sitting at, like, what, +3 special attack? And there's the Swords Dance. Actually, it's a kind of a weird play for him, because I'm not 100% sure he can actually kill me with a Shadow Sneak. He maybe should have just went for, like, a Shadow Claw or something against me, but I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe this is more. I don't know. But he does go for that, and it doesn't even hit me down to, well, it hits me a little bit below half thanks to my physical bulk, which is actually great for me, because not only do I get to kill the Mimikyu, but in addition to that, I actually do, I have more than enough HP to live the Toxic another couple times, so that's pretty cool. And he's just going to go into Melodic now, and I'm like, okay, I do have Giga Drain. I'm just going to go for that, hoping he doesn't expect it. But he actually makes a really nice play going for the pivot there, maybe expecting a Giga Drain, going out into Roserade, who does have the X4 resistance to Giga Drain, so that was a really nice play for him. And now it comes down to a prediction. I end up going for the Fiery Dance. I was really close to hitting Giga Drain, but he actually going to make another really, really great pivot here, going back into his Melodic. So, yeah, it was actually a really great play, because I did try to go for the Fiery Dance. It is stabbed, but it's obviously resisted by Melodic, and Melodic has some pretty fantastic bulk. It ends up not doing even what I expected at +3. Makes me think that this Melodic is actually specially bulky. I end up getting another special attack boost. Unfortunately for me, it is, well, it's kind of wasted, because I'm about to die. So down goes Volcarona, but it did some really nice work against this team, I must say. And I'm just going to go to my Sylveon now, which is actually a spec set. And last time I used Sylveon, I didn't have a Pixelate one, but I finally fixed that. This is actually a Pixelate choice specs Sylveon, so I'm just going to go for that Hyper Voice. I want to see how much I'll do to this Melodic. If it is indeed especially bulky, it does a little more than half, so it definitely makes me think it's especially bulky, because not many things are going to take it that well without resisting. So, yeah, he's just going to go into Roserade now, which is a pretty good play. I guess he realized I was Specs and locked into it. And, yeah, Roserade does have the resistance, but as you can see, it did almost as... I think it did just about as much to Roserade as it did Melodic. So that kind of just shows you how much special bulk that thing probably carries. And Roserade obviously has the resistance. Anyway, I do predict the Sludge Bomb correctly going into my Skarmory, as I just decided to set up Stealth Rocks. Better late than never. But this kind of is a hard matchup for me, because obviously I don't want to take an Electric or a Fire move. I go into my Garchomp. I know that most Mega Manetrix will carry the HP Ice, but I'm really kind of hoping that he does not carry the HP Ice. He does get the Intimidate off on me, and he does go for a Roar, which I've never seen on Mega Manectric. So, yeah, a few interesting sets this guy is bringing, as my Sylveon ends up getting dragged out, and he ends up going for the Snarl, which, again, I've never seen on Mega Manectric. And, yeah, it's actually going to lower my special attack, although I do resist it, so it's not going to do a whole lot. It's not a very strong move in the first place. And even with the -1 special attack, look how much damage I did against this Manectric. A ton of damage. That's a -1 special attack. Just shows you how hard-hitting specs Sylveon can be. I'm just going to go for that to finish him off, and down goes the Manectric, and in comes his Volcarona, which is actually kind of scary. He does take the 50% upon switch in, but not only does he have the Air Balloon, which I actually kind of missed when I was battling him, but not only that, but I'm obviously locked into my Fairy move, and I'm at -1 special attack, and if he gets a Quiver Dance up, he's going to obviously have +1 special defense. So, yeah, I end up going for the Z Sandstorm. Don't ask why. This is like a Nihilez set that he wanted me to use, and I was just looking at, I was kind of throwing this team together. I'm like, sure, Z Sandstorm, Garchomp. It has Sand Veil. And obviously, Z Sandstorm will increase my speed +1. The notable thing is it's one of the only ways Garchomp has to increase its speed. So that's kind of notable. That's kind of the reason. That's a gimmick. Because a +1 speed Garchomp that can change its moves is actually pretty scary. And as you can see, I went for the Earthquake there because I apparently completely missed the Air Balloon, so that cost me a turn. And, you know, I got some really bad damage. And he actually hits with the Hurricane through my Sand Veil. So that's fun, and then I go for a Dragon Claw, and he gets the Flame Body. So much for Z Sandstorm Garchomp. It tried, I suppose. It tried. Garchomp is now pretty low, as he's just going to go out into his Roserade now, which I have no idea why. He could have easily went into Melodic. Now I just get to kill this thing. I don't know what he's thinking. Maybe he was thinking... No, I have no idea what he's thinking. But that's okay, because now he can go to Melodic, although he just kind of wasted his Roserade there. But Melodic, even though he apparently has a special defense step, because I'm burned, that is going to have my physical attack. I'm going to try to take this guy out with an Earthquake, but it's not going to quite do it, even though this Melodic does not appear to have much physical bulk investment. He's just going to go ahead and be able to get that recover off. And yeah, I would really like to get this, keep this Melodic at pretty low, you know, for my next Pokemon. But unfortunately, being that I'm burned, he's going to actually be able just to stall me out here. And getting his HP back to a pretty decent level with Recover. And, yeah, he's just going to wait for me to die to the burn. You bastard! But that's okay. It's actually a pretty good move. So, yeah. Leftovers, and then I get burned, and then I'm down to 3 HP, and now I'm just going to die to my burn. So, that's the way things are. And unfortunately, this Modelic is going to get back to full HP. The good news is I still have quite a few of my Pokemon left, so I feel pretty confident that I have something that can take care of this here Melodic. And I think, what do? I think let's find out, I don't remember. I go into Buzzwall, that's right. Like I said, I think this thing is probably going to be especially bulky Melodic, so I go into my Buzzwall, and just see how much a Leech Life does. This is a Scarf Buzzwall, and as you can see, it does a ton! I mean, that's not even like, it's not even like a banded Buzzwall. It's not even an adamant Buzzwall. It's a Jolly one. So that's actually really nice damage to the Leech Life. And that will be enough for it to KO. So good game there. soulthekingx was a fun little match. And yeah, today's question of the day is going to have to do with, what was the hardest trial for you in any Pokemon, well, I guess Pokemon Sun and Moon or Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. The only ones with trials instead of gyms, but obviously some of them were actually pretty hard, especially the Totem Pokemon at the end. In fact, for me, I'd probably say that the Fairy Totem Pokemon that they added to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon was by far the hardest for me. That of Ribombee is crazy. If you didn't watch my Nuzlocke on Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, yeah, I knew it was coming, and it still did work against me. But aside from that, the water one, I think with Araquanid, is also one that I had struggles with. Actually, the Wishy-Washy one might have been worse. No, I think it was the Araquanid one. Araquanid was the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon one. I think that one was slightly worse. But yeah, leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later, y'all.